Hello, I'm Vic, and today I'll be reviewing the high-grade Universal Sentry RGZ-95 ReZel from the series Gundam Unicorn. This kit was released in 2010 by Bandai. Retails for 2,000 yen and is number 103 in the high-grade Universal Sentry lineup. This is the ReZel in its mobile armor mode. From the front, from the side, from the back, from the top, from the bottom. It's basically a very compact wave rider. The only articulated pieces in mobile armor mode are these thrusters on ball joints. When it's transformed, it has this piece left over, consisting of the head, chest, and arms, and this piece for the crotch. It could be worse, I guess. Anyway, in mobile armor mode, it has a gimmick where if you can flip these handles out, allowing another mobile suit to ride it. Now, this is actually pretty nice since you can use this to demonstrate. It's now riding itself. Although having a mobile armor mode is pretty nice, that's probably not the reason why you bought the ReZel. You probably bought it for the mobile suit mode. So without further ado, the transformation. So from mobile armor to mobile suit mode, you first take this piece off. If it will... Oh well. How the heck can polycast be that? Okay, no, got it. And we take these pieces off from the sides. Okay, this mobile armor mode is very tight, which I guess is a good thing. Oh. Okay, you now detach these pieces. Detach these pieces from the legs. Take the side skirt off of them. Repeat. Straighten out the legs. Flip the toe out. Repeat. Reattach the side skirts onto these holes on the hips. Then attach the legs into this crotch piece that I showed you earlier. Now, for the body, you first take out the waist section. Hold on, I'm in the process of figuring how to do that. Got it? Alright. Now you plug this into the legs. You take out the beam rifle. Okay, this is probably going to take quite some time. That connection is way too tight. Take out the shield. Take this piece off. Attach this piece to the chest. Take this piece and attach it onto the back. Repeat for the other binder. And take the middle section of the binder and attach it. And then finally combine the top half with the bottom half. Alright. And you have one of the biggest, baddest Federation grunts out there, the ReZel. This kit comes molded in a very rich, dark cyan color for most of the body. I can't really describe it, but it looks very nice. White for most of the trim and the vents. Dark navy blue for the chest and the feet. Gray for the joints and weapons. And a clear pink piece for the visor. And a pale blue for the abdomen. Yeah. And that's really about it for plastic colors. For foil stickers, they give you metallic pink for the sensors on the chest, shoulders, back of the shoulders, back of the head, forehead camera, and underneath the pink piece to make it brighter, and a yellow V, as typical of a Federation mobile suit. For marking seals, I applied the EFSF 002, EFSF, Lando Bell. That's really about it. And for painting, I painted the gray on the side, on the front skirts, gray on this part near the hook dong, all the black on the white for the vents, the white in the verniers here, whatever you want to call them, gray on this piece, and pale blue for these pieces. And I believe that's about it. Oh, and white on the front skirts. Yeah, that's about it. For articulation, the head is on a double ball joint polycap, so it can move forward and back, rotate side to side, and the shoulders are attached to a ball joint, but there's really not much forward or back motion, unfortunately. The arms can move out this far, rotate below the shoulder, 360. The elbows are on a single joint, so it can move a little more than 90. The manipulators are on a ball joint, so it can rotate and wiggle. The waist is on a ball joint, so it can move side to side pretty far. Side to side, rotate slightly, move forward and back slightly. The front skirts can move forward that far, allowing the leg to move forward this far. The back skirts are stationary. The hips can move side to side. The side skirts are attached to the leg on the hip, so they don't get in the way too much, but they like to pop off. Some super glue would fix that, so the legs can move forward out that far. Rotate below the hip until it hits the side skirt. The knees are double jointed. It can bend 180. And the ankles are on a ball joint, so it can be moved side to side pretty decently. Back, forward, and the toes can move down for the transformation. All in all, the articulation's pretty decent. The upper body could be a little better, but it's good enough. For accessories, well, this is a grunt suit, so you do pretty much get the bare minimum. You get a beam rifle with a trigger finger hand. I painted the white on the beam rifle here. It was molded in all gray. And the trigger finger hand has a peg in it, and the beam rifle has a hole, making this connection very sturdy. Now, you attach it by removing one of the open fists. Plugs in pretty nicely. You also get a shield. I painted the gray on here, the black in the hole, and the black in the vents here. I applied some marking seals, as you can see. It also functions as a beam dart gun, as seen as in the first episode of Gundam Unicorn, I believe. Forgot. It's been a while since I've seen the ReZel in action. It's a shame. It's a cool mobile suit, but it's been ignored. Anyway, you also get 2 beam saber handles, but only 1 clear pink beam. This is about the size of a 1 to 100 scale beam effect part. It's molten light pink. Pretty nice. You don't really have anywhere to store this on the mobile suit. In the master grade, it's like in one of these on the back of the arm. Like one side was a grenade launcher, and one side was for storing the beam sabers, but they don't have it in high grade. Well, it's still nice that they gave you the detail though, so you can have all of its accessories on it at once. Pretty nice. For size comparisons, we have 2 relatively tall mobile suits, both a few years after Char's counterattack, the Jesta and the ReZel. The Jesta is 19.3 meters, and the ReZel is 20.6 meters. Well, 20.5 meters, and the ReZel is a giant. It's taller than the Jesta, which is already a pretty tall mobile suit. Now, compared to a standard size 18-meter Gundam. Now for some poses. We have the shooting both guns at once, shooting the beam dart gun while tucking the beam rifle under the armpit. Don't ask. Block and shoot while kneeling. Getting out the trusty old beam saber. Slashing with the beam saber. And finally, the getting owned by the Senanju or Kshatriya pose, as I like to call it. All in all, I think the ReZel is a great kit for the price. It's 2,000 yen, which is a bit pricey, but you definitely get what you paid for. Just in terms of the plastic alone, it is quite possibly the biggest grunt suit out there in high grade, which means that you get a lot of plastic for your money. The color scheme is very unique. Aside from the white and the gray, there's no other mobile suit out there that has any of these colors, at least I think. Not too sure, but I don't think there is anyway. The articulation is pretty nice in the lower body, but it is a bit lacking in the upper body. It's still good enough. Its color scheme, along with its size, commands a certain presence to it on the shelf. And also, it's a part swapper, which some people may dislike, but the thing is, part swappers offer a degree of stability in both mobile suit and mobile armor mode. So I think that's a plus more than a minus. The only problems I have with the kit are the fact that the side skirts are very loose. But you can just use super glue to make it tighter. And really, other than that, maybe, the shoulders could have some forward and back articulation. But so far, I found that I don't really need it that much. So this was Vic, and I'll see you next time. Bye.